Hey YouTube, I'm back again for my second review, which is going to be of Fooly Cooly, or as abbreviation is FLCL. This is an anime and a manga series, which I forgot to mention about my last review, but that is also an anime and or a manga series. I always say manga, but I know it's pronounced manga, so please don't correct me on that. I know I just say manga. I don't know why. Okay, so the plot of this follows a younger elementary school boy named Naota, or Nauta, or something. I'm not really too sure on how it's. I know how it's pronounced, but I can't pronounce it for some reason. But it's like Nauta is his name, and as he says, he lives in a perfect, perfectly regular city. He has a perfectly regular life. He goes to a perfectly regular school, and everything about his little world he lives in is regular. But as the story goes on, that changes. One day, he gets completely annihilated. By that I mean he gets hit really hard by a moped or a scooter, whatever you want to call it. And on that scooter is a girl, Haruhara, or Haruhara is her name. She's completely random and very crazy and wild. And she hits him, freaks out, gives him mouth to mouth, and he comes back to life. Then she hits him really freaking hard on the head with a bass guitar. And after that, this lump appears on his head that's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's like a bulging lump. And he kind of gets scared. He goes home and realizes the girl who hit him and gave him that lump is at his house, and she's like the maid for his house now, or the housekeeper. So he freaks out about that. And as the story goes on, you find out she's an alien. She came to Earth to get something back that was hers from a company called Metal Mechanica. I don't want to say what it I don't want to say what it is. I realize what it is. And if you already watched the series or read the manga, you know what it is. But I don't understand why you'd be watching this review if you already read it, unless you want to know someone else's opinion on it. Or if you already watched it too. But Metal Mechanica is a corporation that makes like robots. Oh. It makes like robots and stuff. I'm sorry about that. My laptop cut out for a second. My webcam. It makes robots and stuff. And it doesn't really go too in depth to what Metal Mechanica does. It just, they make robots and they have something of hers. And she's from space. In the lumps that appear on Naota's head are from, I don't, they're from her hitting him with the guitar, but what they are they're giant robots. They're not giant, but they're giant compared to his head. They're just like normal adult people size robots that come out of the lumps in his head, and they come out of his lumps and they use them to fight giant aliens that are coming to Earth and trying to destroy everything for some reason. And I don't know. That's pretty much the plot, I would say. For the major events, I don't know. I was gonna say I think I should get rid of this as part of my review baseline because I was thinking of this more as a movie review, but I don't know. Not a movie review, but a review of something people are already familiar with. Like, say you were gonna review an object, like a game console or something. People would already know what to expect, but from an anime or a manga, I don't know. I don't feel like I should tell people what to expect, so that way I don't spoil it from them. Because I really don't want to spoil it. Because for me, I wouldn't like it if someone told me pretty much everyone or everything to expect about the movie. So I'm gonna forget about major events. What I liked about this, I like the illustration and like the artwork, I guess you would call it, in both the anime and the manga. It's really, this is a review on the anime too, by the way. I'm just using the manga for something you can get an idea of something. It's like, I'll probably do a separate review on that because I have this, like, every volume. What I like about this, like I said, the artwork and the illustration in both, and the music too. The soundtrack, I guess, is really good. It's really fitting. Some of the parts where the soundtrack it plays for the certain part, or the song, I guess you would say, it looks like it fits it perfect. Like it could be a music video for that song, and you'd never know the difference. What I dislike about this anime is it's really freaking random. Everything's random in here. It's random as hell. And even the illustration, I liked the illustration, but it's random as hell. It could go from your classic anime where everyone's got big ass eyes. There's a part in it, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about, how anime, the graphics are usually always similar with the eyes and such. To, like, there was a part where it went to South Park graphics, where everything looked like, it was like South Park, you know, with everyone's head was a perfect circle. It's, all that part was a parody of South Park. I didn't really like the randomness, and because it was so random, it was really hard to get a hold of, like, the plot and the basic story, and it was very, very hard to understand. And a lot of people watch this anime, and because of all the randomness in that, they figure the whole thing's random, and there's no storyline to it. But as you pay attention, and if you watch it a couple times or read it, you'll understand the storyline to it. Also, that's about it. I think my summary of this, or overview, would be it's fairly action-packed. It's pretty good with the action. The comedy part, as you would say, I guess, to it, was pretty good. It's pretty hilarious at points. But other than that, I didn't find much, like, structure to the story. It was just completely random. I don't know. I've heard people's opinions on it, and they say, like, this is what happens when you drop LSD and write an anime. And I hate to say it, I hate to say it, but I don't want to say it because I know there's a huge fan base for this anime. But I kind of agree with them on that. It's really random and spontaneous. My overall opinion, which, when it comes down to it, it would be, would I recommend it to somebody? And I think I would. I would recommend it to someone if they... I wouldn't recommend it and say it's the best, but I would just recommend it and say it's a good watch or a good read for the manga, but it's very, very random. And, yeah. Also, what I would like to add here, hold on, I gotta get rid of this. What I would like to add about this, the overall opinion, is I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. I'm trying to look at my computer to see if it's working, because the screen, the monitor keeps cutting out, but I'm pretty sure the webcam is still recording, so I'm just going to go on. Would be, like I said, just extremely random, hard to get a hold of. Sorry for the stuttering, but yeah, I tend to correct myself when I mispronounce something, so I go back and say it again. I'm sorry about that. But it's really hard to get a hold of. But at times it can be funny. Pretty, never to the point though, like, not really hilarious. I might have said that earlier, but if I did, I didn't mean to. But it gets, like, it makes me smile at points. It had a pretty, I don't know, I didn't like the ending, but then again, I only watched season 1, because that's the first 6, that's all that's available in America. But I hear rumors, I don't know if it's true or not, but one of my friends who is a huge fan of Fooly Cooly tells me they came out with a second season, and he owns it in Japan, but it's not translated in America. It's in Japanese. It just has American subtitles. So I might borrow that off them and check it out. But for the most part, all you're gonna see is the first season. In the ending, I didn't really like it. I don't want to say why, but I feel like the story had a sense of betrayal. I don't want to go too in depth in that because I don't want to ruin the story for you. From 1 to 10, I think I'd give it a 4. It was better than, I don't know, it wasn't a waste of time to watch it. It was okay, but that's about it. It was just okay. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it, but it's not one of my favorites. And yeah, that is pretty much it. My overall opinion, I said I would recommend it to a friend, but I might not, just depending on who that friend is and what animes they haven't seen yet, because there's a lot more I would recommend over Fooly Cooly. But yeah, my overall rating 1 through 10 is a 5. And that concludes this review, but not this video. I want to go on to say, I know you guys are probably getting sick of just looking at a piece of paper on a desk, but all the 2 I reviewed so far, they're on Netflix, so I can't really show you anything. I'm not good at editing or that yet. But all the mangas I'm going to review, I own. And all the animes that I do own, I'm going to review. I'm going to actually show you, like, the box. Or for a manga, I'm going to show you the book and that, you know. So, yeah, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So if you get to see the box or that, you might have a better understanding. But yeah, for the mangas, I'm definitely going to, when I review them, I'm going to show the actual book and some of the illustrations and that, so you could get a good idea of what you're probably going to get. Because I know mangas, I don't know where you guys live, but where I live, they don't have them at libraries and that, and you have to buy them. And they can get pretty expensive. Normally, I get them for around $6 each, but I've seen some and bought some that were close to 10 and such. So yeah, over time, when you get quite a few, it's pretty expensive. That concludes this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe.